Alright, so you can start off by just introducing yourself.
Hi, my name is Vidya Dulichand. I'm Marissa Montel's mom.
Alright. So, what was Queens like when you first moved here?
Um, it was different, but quieter, nicer, more peaceful. Um, and I adapted to living in Queens.
Describe the interaction between the people you have now and the people you have then. Is there like a difference, or people from New York always been the same?
There is a difference. I find now people are busier than in the 90s. Everyone, they're more into themselves rather than being out. Things have changed for the last 10 to 15 years.
Was finding a job here in Queens hard?
But finding a job in the USA at first was hard. It took me like a month and a half to find a job, and I got my first job is at fast food in December of 1991.
What was one of your favorite memories from New York, or from Queens specifically?
Um, I have quite a few, but I should say my most favorite memory in Queens was the summer in the early 90s. It was so different. I find days were even longer than now.
Mm.
Probably climate change, I should say.
Why did you decide to come to New York?
Um, well, in Guyana, we were having like political issues, and everyone started leaving in the early 80s. As it got into the late 80s, my mom migrated and she sponsored us because there was nothing left home in Guyana for us. The situation was really, really bad at that time, and then we decided to come over here.
How has New York defined you as a person?
New York defined me as like a stronger person, having to deal with different personalities, different situation when it arises. You have very little time to think if something good or something bad is will happen.
Do you remember the address of the place you first moved to?
Yeah, when we just came here in November of 1991, I stayed with my sister in Woodhaven, Jamaica, Queens.
Do you ever have any regrets living in Queens? Do you wish you could live somewhere else, or did you see Queens as just like your home, or eventually became your home?
I have no regrets whatsoever, Queens or United States of America. This is my home. I love New York. I can see myself living in a nice, quiet estate at some point in time later on in my life.
And last question, what makes Queens special to you?
The Queens was my first home when I migrated to the United States of America. That make it special. Have some great memories previously, um, and I love Queens.
That's it.
Yes.
All right. Hi, I'm Marissa. I'm 20 years old, and I am from Queens, New York. Two places that has been really close to me in Queens is Kew Gardens and Jamaica Ave. I grew up on Kew Gardens since I was 6 years old. I remember being the first brown family to have ever moved in the apartment, so it was kind of sad at first because I really love a place where there's a lot of diversity. But when I went to school, I had classmates from different ethnic backgrounds. I remember one of my favorite days would be Culture Day, and that's when each classmate would bring in food from their culture, or, and we would share it, and we would hear stories and learn a lot more about the food and about where our classmates came from. It was one of my favorite days simply because I just felt like one big family. I remember at the park, I would be friends with anyone. Um, I didn't care about, you know, their gender, their race, what they looked like on the outside. I just simply was friends with them because who they were on the inside. On Jamaica Ave, I would visit my family there. I remember I would spend a whole day with my grandmother in her apartment. I would go to the deli and get a drink, a snack, and we would take a walk around the block. And it was just one of my favorite memories as a little girl because I just loved spending so much time with my family there. I think that's what I appreciate most about Queens is their diversity. It has helped me keep an open mind over the years and it helped me have more of a positive influence on me. I got to learn so much about so many different people just being in this one borough. And yeah,